I'm Terry, and this is Tea with Terry, where we talk about thoughts, emotions, and actions. So today we're going to talk about an action. And this is an action that's related to understanding more about measuring, those things that you want to change. So part of habit change is knowing where we're starting from. So I'm going to put on my nutritionist hat for a moment. And a lot of the questions that I get in this alcohol-free space and as the sober nutritionist really relate to now that I'm not drinking alcohol, I may be eating a lot more sugar, or I'm noticing that I'm making unhealthy choices. And how can I make changes around my nutrition and my diet? So I want to invite you to try this action. It's a very simple action that you've heard of before, but we're going to frame it a little different. So I want to introduce you to or remind you of the food journal. I want you to consider as an action this week, keeping a food journal. Now, food journals can feel daunting because, oh my goodness, I've got to write down everything I eat. And I didn't have, a piece of paper. I didn't have my journal with me, or I thought I would remember what I ate. But I want to give you a couple of hacks to get around that. So, first of all, writing pencil to paper is great. Please record what you're eating because you are not going to remember everything. But if you don't have your food journal with you, here's two simple ways that you can still track what you're eating and when, and not get so hung up on, I couldn't find my journal, I didn't have a way to record it. So here's two easy ways. Use the notes in your phone and write down what you're eating. I went out to lunch, I had a chicken salad, a glass of iced tea, and a piece of cake, whatever it might be, write it down. Or this is even easier. If you're caught in a place where you're not home, don't have an easy way to record it, just snap a photo of the food and then go back and record it later. Now, here's the next part that makes this a little bit different, and this is really important. When I work with clients around a food journal, I want you to record three things: food, mood, poop. So what that looks like is I want you to record what you ate. And I am not so concerned about portions or calories. Like if you're at a restaurant and they say the pasta primavera was 900 calories, I'm really not interested in that. But what I want you to do is record what you ate. And then 1 or 2 hours later, I want to know, how did you feel? This is a really important part because food leaves clues. If you eat something that makes you sluggish or tired, it's important to note that. You will start to see a pattern. If you eat something that makes you kind of speedy and you can't really focus and your thoughts are racing, record that. It's a very important clue. If you eat a meal and you're still hungry, you ate, but now you find yourself in the kitchen, rooting through the cupboards, looking for something else, that also is good information. We want to be able to look at our food journal and see clues. So food, mood, and then poop. Did you eliminate? One of the key parts of unpacking this food as medicine and food as fuel and how food makes us feel and why we eat the things we eat is digestion. And so we need to pay attention to, are we absorbing the food that we eat? Are we digesting appropriately? So pay attention to, when did you poop? How often? And was it a normal solid poop? Was it a loose stool? Or did you not eliminate? So all of these things are really powerful when it comes to understanding how food makes us feel. And what I love about a food journal, it's easy, free, and accessible. And once again, gives us a lot of information. Now, if we switch from our food journal, we can also keep a drinking journal. We can remind ourselves through monitoring how much we're actually drinking. How did we feel after we had alcohol? So this can be also a really good way to get a handle on, am I drinking more than I think? Am I sort of hiding from myself how much I'm drinking? So a drinking journal would look very similar to a food journal, where you might just note that I had, a half a bottle of wine. The next morning, I felt X. I had 3 cocktails when I went out. I came home and I wanted to drink more. So that also can give us really good information about how we want to change our relationship. So I invite you to think about a journal where you track your food or maybe your alcohol intake as a way of taking an action toward becoming a better version of you.